Another day, another twist. In this video, we will talk about what is happening with Nasreddine Nabi's contract situation with Kaizer Chiefs. We'll talk about another central defensive midfielder that Kaizer Chiefs might just sign. We'll also look at what's happening with Chulani Serero in relation to Pitso Mosimane. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Khosi Football Club. Let's start with something very funny because you remember Gucci people have been talking about Nasreddine Nabi coming to Chiefs, and then Pitso announced that he was leaving his Al Ali in Saudi Arabia. And then what happened is people were like, yeah, we want Pitso now, give us Pitso. But then Pitso turns out he already had a contract offer in the UAE, and that's where he's going. So shout out to Pitso. I'm happy for him because he stays in Asia. That's what he wanted to do. The thing is though, abanye abantu were actually expecting Chiefs to get to Pitso Mosimane. And I've been saying this, there is no way that Pitso Mosimane is going to regress. He's trying to stay in Asia and then transition into Europe. This thing of thinking Pitso is going to come back, because I know some people are already going to say, oh, we Chiefs, Pitso was available and we didn't sign him. This management sucks. No, Pitso Vele was never going to come back to South Africa. He was always going to stay there or go to Europe. And I hope he does go to Europe because he's an elite coach and he deserves to be there. That's my opinion. Speaking of Pitso Mosimane and being in the UAE, Chulani Serero obviously has not renewed his contract with his previous team that plays where in the UAE, the same country where Pitso Mosimane will be coaching. And now there are already links. I know there are always links. Ogut actually, the team that Pitso Mosimane is coaching might be looking to sign Chulani Serero, which might also have to do with Pitso Mosimane wanting Chulani Serero. Because we've seen Pitso when he goes to these other teams, he does get some South African players to go play to sign for him. For example, Kapesitao, we got him to play in Al Ahly in Egypt. So you might see the similar thing happening with Serero as well. And I'll be glad because on one hand, Serero, I'm sure he wants to stay there. There's money there. And also, I would not like to have him at Kaizer Chiefs. Call me a plumber if you want, but I'm fine with these players who are coming back to Kaizer Chiefs to retire. So stay there, please, Chulani. Get more money. Play under Pitso Mosimane. Don't be under stress of Kaizer Chiefs fans like me saying, hey, you shouldn't come to Kaizer Chiefs. Which leads us to the defensive midfield situation, because we just talking about Chulani Serero as well, who's a defensive midfielder. But before that, I would like to give a member shout out today. Today's member shout out goes to Khoputso Moko. You can become a member of this channel by simply clicking the link on the description and then joining to be a member. It's only 20 rands per month. You get a member shout out. As you can see, you get loyalty badges and you get priority reply to your comments as well, because there are a lot of comments. So when I start responding to the members first. So also, if you are not a member, please also just remember to like the video and subscribe. I always say this, it might not mean anything to you, but it means a lot to me, because if you like and you subscribe and you comment letting me know what you think about these things, it helps me grow the channel. And since you guys have been liking the videos and subscribing more, we are growing rapidly. So continue doing that. Thank you so much. So who is a defensive midfielder that I'm talking about? Drum roll, please. I am talking about Travis Graham. Travis Graham has left Pietermaritzburg United because they've been relegated. I don't know whether those two things are connected. Vele contract yake was ending June 2023. But now I think because they are in the second division, he also thought, you know what, I am not playing in the first division. And now he's available, he's a free agent. With the Kaizer Chiefs having failed to secure Kim Vuidi, having failed, well, that's not failed, looking like they're not going to sign those two. One has to ask, Uguti, will they think, there is a player, a defensive midfielder, who we can get for free? Are we not just going to go sign him? Because a lot of people have been saying, Guti, Chiefs does not sign players from Pietermaritzburg United because there is that thing, Pietermaritzburg United usually works with Orlando Pirates. As such, the relationship between Chiefs and Maritzburg United is not so great. I don't know. Personally, I have not watched Travis Graham play a lot, but when I saw what is available, I was like, hey, I will not be surprised if my team, because my team likes doing those things, go for him. So it's a thing that might happen. Now, let's talk about the thing that you've been waiting for the past 5 minutes, 22 seconds. And it's this. Why has Nasreddine Nabi not signed for Kaizer Chiefs? Ila indaba, guys, isekutheni according to Mazon we-SABC uSuper Jeno uthi ama-talks have broken down. He said this 2 days ago, but I ignored it, right? Because I thought, you know what, let's wait another day. And in what he wrote, he said, you guys insisted so much on Zwane that the talks have broken down. But I feel like there are more reasons why this conversation or these negotiations could have broken down. Because last we heard, it was Uguti, he wants to bring 3 of his technical staff, and Chiefs were only saying they are going to give him 2. So now, my question is, and another report that we were given was the fact that Iskorase to our fitness coach is the one who's kind of standing between the deal going over, because the other coach wants to bring his own fitness coach and the Chiefs are saying, no, this is the fitness coach that you are keeping. So now the question is, how is that Zwane's fault now? Because it's the fitness coach thing. Now, Zwane. So now I do not know whether this is just one of those things, Yoguti. If there's something wrong that is happening, the only person who's going to be blamed is Atazwan. I don't get it. I know, Guti, it's not him who's there negotiating, but it's also just Guti, it's easy to say Zwan is holding these things up. And I will say this. I also find it weird and difficult, actually. I find it difficult to believe our journalists in SA right now. This is not to say they suck or something, but they failed to even find out ukuthi Ngezana was going to be sold. Last night, Pitso Mosimane was announced to have a new team. None of our journalists knew what was happening. So then it makes me just doubt ukuthi what they are saying could be true, because we know ukuthi for the most part, some of these things they don't know. Some of them, obviously, they do know, but it seems like 2 of the most important stories this week, they have fumbled. In fact, 3, because if we add in Nasreddine Nabi as well, remember, one said he's here in SA, the other said, oh no, he's still in Tanzania. So now they're leaving us not knowing which one to believe. I just think these things, Chiefs are in a situation where they are still finding it tricky to add the 3rd person because of the finances. This is not me defending Chiefs and saying, yeah, it's great, but I'm saying it's probably because of the contract of the technical team that they've already given. And I don't think it's just down to Zwane only. I think there are other factors as well in these negotiations. Preseason is starting tomorrow for Chiefs or this coming week, and there are still these things that are going over. It's going to be interesting, Guti. What is Zwane even going to say to these players, knowing very well, Guti, they know there are negotiations going on to replace him? Asazi. What are fans going to say if this thing is really broken down? What do you think? Do you think this thing has actually broken down? And if it has broken down, what do you think is the reason? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. And until next time, remember, Khosi alphela umoya. Abe bengcimezelana.